One day, as the crowd gathered in the warm light of afternoon, the air was filled with anticipation and curiosity. People from all walks of life, young and old, rich and poor, had come together, drawn by the promise of wisdom and stories that could change hearts. In the midst of this gathering, a teacher stood up with a burning question. "Teacher, what must I do to inherit eternal life?" he asked, his voice carrying both hope and uncertainty, echoing the longing of so many who seek purpose and meaning. Jesus answered with words that still echo today, words that have shaped generations. Love the Lord your God with all your heart, and love your neighbor as yourself. These are not just rules but a way of living, a call to see the divine in every person we meet. Let's picture that ancient road to Jericho, rocky, winding, dangerous. It was a place where travelers often felt vulnerable, a stretch of land known for its perils and uncertainty. A traveler walks alone, his mind at peace, perhaps thinking of home or loved ones waiting for him at journey's end. But suddenly, shadows leap from behind the stones. Robbers. The peace of the road is shattered in an instant. They attack without mercy, their faces hard and hearts cold, driven by greed and desperation. He's beaten, stripped, robbed, left bruised and bleeding in the dust. Time passes. The sun moves across the sky and hope seems to fade with every moment he lies there, helpless and alone. A priest, respected, holy, walks by. His robes mark him as a man of God, someone expected to show compassion. He sees the man broken and helpless. For a moment their eyes might meet, a silent plea passing between them. But instead of stopping, he looks away, crossing to the other side, and disappears down the road. Perhaps he fears becoming unclean, or maybe he's simply too busy, but the result is the same: he leaves the man behind. The silence is heavy. The world seems to hold its breath, waiting for someone to care. Soon after, a Levite, another religious leader, approaches. He too is known for his devotion and knowledge of the law. He slows, sees the wounded man. There's a moment of hesitation, a flicker of conflict in his eyes. Does he help? No. Fear, indifference, or perhaps self-preservation wins out. He too passes by, leaving the man behind. The traveler's hope dims further. Disappointment hangs in the air. And then, someone unexpected. A Samaritan. In those days, Samaritans were outsiders, often despised and rejected by the very people who now lay wounded on the road. From a people looked down on by many, a stranger in a strange land, he might have been expected to pass by as well. Yet his heart is moved with deep compassion. He sees not an enemy but a fellow human in desperate need. He rushes to the man's side, urgency and empathy guiding his every step. Tears cloth to bind the wounds, his hands gentle and careful, doing what he can with what little he has. Pours oil and wine to soothe the pain, offering comfort and healing where others offered only indifference. Gently he lifts the man onto his donkey, sharing his own means of travel, sacrificing his comfort for another's survival, carrying him toward hope. Each step is an act of love, a journey toward restoration. The road leads to an inn, a place of shelter and safety, where wounds can begin to heal. The Samaritan lays the man in a soft bed, making sure he is comfortable and cared for. Speaks quietly to the innkeeper, explaining the situation, ensuring the man will not be left alone again, and presses silver coins into his hand, paying for the care of a stranger, asking for nothing in return. "Take care of him," he says. "If you spend more, I'll repay you when I return." His promise is open-ended, his generosity without limit. Compassion doesn't count the cost. True love gives, even when it's inconvenient, even when it's risky. Now back to Jesus and the crowd. The story lingers in the air, challenging every listener. He asks, which of these three was a neighbor? The question is simple, but it pierces the heart. The answer isn't hard. Everyone knows deep down what true kindness looks like. The one who showed mercy, the one who crossed boundaries, who saw need and responded with action. And Jesus replies, "Then go, and do likewise." His words are a challenge and an invitation to each of us. In a world where it's easy to stick with our own, to build walls and draw lines, it takes courage to reach across divides. The call is simple but powerful. Love knows no race, no religion, no border. It asks us to see the humanity in every face. Your neighbor is anyone in need. Be the Samaritan. Let your compassion be the bridge that brings hope to others. Even when it costs, choose mercy. Let your actions speak louder than your words. In our divided world where differences often keep us apart, the story of the Good Samaritan reminds us that love is the greatest unifier. God calls us to unity through love, to see beyond labels, to reach out with open hands and open hearts. Let's answer that call, today. Let's be the neighbor the world so desperately needs.